Hello everyone. Today's lesson is lesson 14, naming line segments, measuring line segments using inches, half inches, centimeters, and centimeters with extra millimeters. So here I have 4 different lines. When we want to name lines, we would name the line segments using capital letters. So this first line, I may label CD. Okay? Or, sorry, this one's supposed to be AB. So AB. This line could be CD. D. We have EF. And over here we can have K and L. And on your papers, there's one more line that goes about here. That would be IJ, and I forgot to draw it. Okay, so we can name line segments by naming endpoints in any order. So CD I could name as CD with a line over it, or I could name it DC. Both those would be correct. We draw a bar above the letters to show that it is a line segment. Okay, so when we measure lines, we use what's called a ruler. Okay, now my ruler here, okay, our ruler measures in inches on one side and centimeters on the other side. And a ruler has 12 inches total on it. And I'll shrink it down so you can see that. There's 12 inches total. Okay. And I've zoomed it in so we can see it a little bit better. All right. So if we look at line segment CD, and I have to turn my ruler, we can see that this line segment is 5 inches long. And remember, when we use a ruler, we line up the first endpoint with my 0 mark, which is the first line on the ruler, and we look to see where it goes to. So this one is at 5 inches. Okay. We can also write the word inches in abbreviation. We could say IN for inches. And there's also a symbol. That would be 5, and then those 2 little marks means inches as well. You can write it in any of those forms. All right, so let's measure segment AB. So we start by putting the ruler with the 0 mark on A. Okay, oops. Okay, so if we look, our line goes to in between 3 and 4 inches. And the endpoint is about halfway in between. So we would say that this line is 3 1/2 inches because it's halfway in between 3 and 4. Okay. All right, now we're going to measure these same lines using our centimeter ruler. Now the centimeter ruler is on the opposite side of our inch ruler. Okay. And you can see that on our centimeter ruler, the centimeters go from 0 to 30. Okay, now if I zoom in between each centimeter line, there are 10 little lines. Those little lines are called millimeters, or we'd say MM as the abbreviation. There are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. Okay, so if our line is a little bit longer than a centimeter, we can say that it is 10, whatever number of millimeters. So let's look at line AB. And again, we line up with the 0, and we see where the line comes to, where the B ends up at. So it's not quite to the 9, but we can see that it is 8 centimeters. 8 centimeters. And then there are 9 millimeters. If we counted, it would be 9. So there are 8 centimeters and 9 millimeters long. Okay. All right. So let's measure line CD. All right, so if we measure CD, we line up C with the 0. Oops. Okay. And then we count over by the millimeters. We see it goes to 12, and then it keeps going. So it's at 12 centimeters, and we go So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it looks like it's about pointing to. So it's 12 centimeters and 7 millimeters. Okay, and that's it for this lesson. Good luck on your homework.